The woman ran into the men's bathroom in a panic. Then she lifted a shower curtain and hid inside. She covered Xiao Shuai's mouth and jumped into his arms with a shocked look on his face. At this moment, a bald-headed man barged in aggressively. He began searching in the bathroom. Fortunately, Xiao Mei was in Xiao Shuai's arms and wasn't discovered. It wasn't until they heard the sound of the bald-headed man leaving that Xiao Shuai let the woman down. After thanking Xiao Shuai, Xiao Mei was about to leave, but Xiao Shuai suddenly grabbed her and asked what had happened. Not wanting to involve him, Xiao Mei told him not to worry. However, as soon as she stepped out of the bathroom, she was caught by the bald man who had been hiding nearby. Immediately, the bald man forcibly pushed her into the room. Little Shuai in the bathroom heard the noise and directly barged into the room, telling the bald man to let the girl go. But unexpectedly, the bald man asked him which one to let go. Upon hearing this, Xiao Shuai looked around and realized it was the women's swimming changing room, and the bald man was their coach. At this moment, Xiao Shuai realized he might have made a mistake, so he left. And Xiao Mei received special treatment for running away. During training, Xiao Shuai didn't see Xiao Mei, so he looked towards the bathroom and happened to see Baldy fastening his belt. This made him realize something was wrong, and he rushed into the bathroom. He found Xiao Mei sitting crouched in the bathroom, covered in bruises. Upon seeing this, Xiao Shuai was heartbroken and quickly brought a towel to wrap around her, saying he would take her away. However, to his surprise, Xiao Mei refused. Before Xiao Shuai could ask why, Baldy appeared and interrupted them. Seeing this, Xiao Shuai cautiously shielded Xiao Mei behind him and warned him to stay away from Xiao Mei, or else he would call the police. Hearing this information, Xiao Shuai was stunned. However, the bald man ignored him, pulled Xiao Mei over and made her go to training. For his words, the frightened Xiao Mei didn't dare to resist at all and could only obediently comply. But Xiao Mei had clearly put in 10 times more effort in training than anyone else. Yet Baldy still thought Xiao Mei wasn't doing enough. Exhausted and panting, Xiao Mei just asked him to let her rest for a moment. But unexpectedly, Baldy pushed her head underwater. Baldy didn't treat Xiao Mei as a daughter at all, just as a tool to win the championship. Seeing the bald man leave, Xiao Shuai quickly stepped forward to persuade Xiao Mei to find another coach. Regarding his suggestion, Xiao Mei did not accept it and asked him to leave. Unexpectedly, with a push, both of them fell into water. In the water, Xiao Shuai continued to persuade and said he would train with him. Seeing how earnest Xiao Shuai was, Xiao Mei was finally persuaded by him. The next day, she gathered the courage and told Baldy, "You are no longer my coach." However, what she received in return was ridicule from the bald man. The bald man mocked her, saying without him, it was absolutely impossible for her to succeed. However, just as he finished speaking, Xiao Shuai appeared. Little Shuai said he's not alone, adding, "I am also here." With that, he pulled Xiao Mei to the side. It turned out Little Shuai had hired a personal coach for Xiao Mei. Together, under the guidance of the coach, they began training. The only force that can conquer everything is love, as two people together can overcome any obstacle.